All right, this is the tour of the Steam Cave for STWWW 2019. And, well, yeah, let's head on out. All right. Well, here we are. Just pan once. So, been a lot of changes out here in the last couple of years. I'll include some footage from a prior video, and you can kind of see what it looked like before. But let's start with the workshop and then go to the steam engines. So this is my primary work table. It's an old computer desk. I bought it at an estate sale. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. It's really worked out great. It's got my books in it, my Dremel accessories, all the stuff that I use, my drill press. It's got a couple lights on it. On top here, I've got some of my electric engines, which you can see. About half of them I got working. They're bare. My plier holder, my torch, my cord, one of my 3 Dremels. That's the cordless. That's the Dremel drill press. And then I've got an old electric one that I also use. It has the flexible handle. And I love these mats. I've got 4 of them here, 3 big ones, 1 small one. And a little magnetic dish to hold spare parts, steam oil. So, and the neat thing is, it has a drawer on it. The drawer pulls out. And I've put a stop in the back of it. You know, it was made for a keyboard. But now it has various accessories that are right at my fingertips. And although many people have complained about these Dremel drill presses, it's worked fine for my purpose. I've got 2 of these drill press vices from Amazon. They're cheap. I think I paid $13 for each of them, and they're great. And this is the other one here. So this is my stand-up work table. I've got a sit-down work table and a stand-up work table. This is a stand-up one. And that's my air supply that Jeff made me. Thank you, Jeff. Rest in peace. And that's my DC power supply. Some of my various syringes, fuels. And then around here, this is my spare box. Again, an eBay purchase, and it has all the spare parts in it for Whedon's, Jensen, Empire, German engines, and then most importantly, down here on the bottom, that's my chair. It's a rocker on pistons. It folds out. I set it in the corner, and I sit out here and watch TV and just chill with all my stuff. This is my other bigger air supply, and I've got a rotating or a reel hose thing on it. Those are my aprons, shop aprons. And then this is my main toolbox. And it needs to be organized better, but it's okay. And on top is my entertainment center for out here. Got a Bluetooth speaker to play music and a TV. The TV's got a antenna on it for free, no cable hookup. And then it has an Amazon Fire Stick, and I do have a Wi-Fi extender out here, so I get Wi-Fi out here. This is my original tool bench. I've had this for over 30 years. It's a Craftsman. It's been well loved. My anvil, bolts, nuts, nails, any kind of fastener holders. And then that little vise holds my oiler for my second air supply, which is a airbrush compressor. About 10 psi, works great. It's a little noisy. Okay, so this is one of my big projects this year. This is my Unimat DB 200 lathe. I've completely had this thing apart, cleaned it all, changed out the bearings, got it all adjusted, put on a quick change tool holder, which is great. But most importantly, I added a variable speed motor. One of the big downsides on these DB200s is that they just run at one speed, other than you can change the configuration of the belts. But I added this new motor, and this is the controller. It's got a safety cutoff switch and a variable speed dial, and it really works great. Of course, I've added lots of tools. This whole box is full of things. I've gotten a lot of good new old stock. So yeah, this is a big upgrade. I'm just learning how to use it, but I'm really happy with it. So that's the workshop part. So let's go over here then and start and go around the room. You can see some of my steam engines that are out here. So I got to back up a little bit. That's the big doll ship's engine. This is a Empire. I'm just the keeper of this for now. Danny bought this. The Empire windmill had a B30 on it. It all works. I've got it working. I made a little private video for Danny and sent it to him yesterday. And then this is the Bing poppet valve. I got this from Scotland. Thank you, Scott. And see if we can't zoom in on that poppet valve. I just love that thing. It's got a pump on it, throttle control, pretty much all original. And I love that smokestack with the water cooling system. So we'll continue on this shelf, and then we'll get into the Jensens. So a Jensen 25 riveted boiler, the big Jensen 51, and you know, it's hard to see on a video how big this thing is. But this is if I back up here, this is a 48-inch wide shelf, and it's 36 inches deep. So this thing is about 36 by 30, I think. Maybe even bigger. But it's quite a machine. I'm very proud to have it. It works perfectly. Thank you, Doug. And then you've got the next big ones, which are the two Jensen 50s. 40 years apart. That's a 2019. and that's in 1979. So let's go up here. This is the Stewart shelf. And a few accessories to go with it. And of course the Whizzer turbine. And then up here on the very top, got a few more accessories, some boxes, a couple erector sets. That's that, I can't remember the name of it, but it came out of California. Only runs on air. And up here, got a mint in the box Walesko marine engine. All right. So my oil can collection in the very back there, you can kind of see it. This is a homemade accessory. It's a assay for gold that I'm still working on. A couple of engines from Tony Wright. They run great. Really like them. A big old Whedon vertical. And of course I got to back up for this one. This is the Stewart #1 that drives the air compressor. So going on along the back here, a couple vintage elevators, a Whedon engineered engine. Some of the stuff I got from Jeff, some of his creations, the H&K swings with the electric motor that I've videoed recently. And then this shelf is all my Bings. It's all the Bing engines. Coming down here, these are the two hit and miss engines from Jen, a Walesko, a Bing twin cylinder. That's Jeff's original saw, table saw that really cuts wood. Couple vintage miners. That's a tubal cane engine behind it. Couple Ives paper accessories. I see an E&P accessory back there. And of course the beautiful workshop, which we can zoom in on a little bit. It's just really cool. And then over here you got my Kevin Doveton engines. That's a PM Research that I've done a bunch to. I can't remember what that is. And then you've got a bunch of stuff from Trev's Toy Box. And I actually have up here a little display for him. So thank you, Trev. His swings, his traction engine is in the house. But yeah. So let's go on down to the next shelf. And here you have the doll collection. And we'll just kind of go across here. There we go. Just one more time. Let's just change the aspect a little bit. And then we get into the Corettes and the K&M collection. And we got a little Aussie hiding in there too. All right, down here you probably have my favorite shelf. This is all the doll accessories I've collected. A few Ernst Plank in there too, and a few other things. That thing on the end is a Bing, that red. It's got a little tiny pump jack. It's actually a wind-up toy that I converted to a steam toy. But yeah, seen a lot of these in my videos. Over here, got all my Whedon transmissions, a few engines, weeding accessories, and a few other miscellaneous. On the bottom there, got a couple Jensen engines. Those all came from forum members. And then on this shelf, you've got the Jensen 10s. And there's 4 of them. And you can see they've all got Bruce St. Paul Steam's gauges on them. That's Jensen 5, double 5 made by St. Paul Steam, 25, Jensen 5 riveted boiler. Here's the big power plant. Fleshman, Falk, Whedon, Steamco, and a few more Jensens down here, and the Walesko D32. So I think I've gotten all the shelves. We got to look up here now at the top. I think I've gotten all the shelves, but I've got more engines up here on the top going across here. Built that shelf in recently for some more storage. And then here, you've got my filming station. A few of my studio lights, my backdrop. There's storage underneath. This is on caster, so I can move it to get into the cabinets. The cabinets are all full of boxes and parts and engines in various forms of repair. And then down here, got all my British engines. And another whole section of Empires. So we'll go over here and look at the other Empires. This is kind of the second part. But yeah. So this is the main Empire collection here. And pretty much every engine that was made, you will see here that they made. I have at least one example of each. And then down here is all of the big accessories. The 2 Ferris wheels, Bruce's swings, the original box for one of the electro engines, water pump, transmission. So yeah. And then this is the Empire camp light. It's in mint condition. Really like it. And then these are some more. It's a Central Scientific, different label that Empire sold under. Actually, that's a Whedon, very rare Whedon hot air engine. It's not working, but it's in pretty good shape. I just haven't really gotten the piston fixed right on it. And these are a few more. These are all B30s. And the second shelf. The third shelf. And if I can get my knees to work, that's the bottom shelf.